Welcome back to another edition of Fantasy Kingdom. I am your host, Mikey. And as always, riding shotgun up top, my boy Tommy. What's going on, Tommy?
What is going on, Mr. Mikey? Another weekend of fantasy football talk. And I'm feeling pretty good at the number one power rankings right here. This guy.
Power rankings, really? Let's go by standings, brother. Who's really winning? Who's
Hey, I'm in
really
first.
winning?
You're first altogether, but I am in first in my division.
Yeah, your division isn't that
Uh,
good, brother. Your division isn't
hey,
that good, brother.
whatever,
But then riding
whatever.
with us down in the basement, as always. Howie, how you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm ready for this weekend. It's a big weekend for the Evil Empire. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it is.
I am so jazzed up.
In our money league, Tommy, Howie went broke. What's going on, Cletus? How you doing tonight? Howie went broke. He traded his first, second, and third round picks in next year's draft to load up to try to dethrone the reigning back-to-back champion.
Oh man, how is getting desperate? That sounds like a
Oh
desperate
no,
GM.
no,
I don't
I
know.
need.
That sounds like some desperate moves.
I haven't had a first round pick in years.
Yeah,
Yikes.
but he went he made a phone call late at night to snag Kelsey because that he thinks that's going to be the guy that pushes him over the top. So we'll see. And we play each other this week, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. How you doing, Cletus? Welcome. Appreciate you coming in. We'll start this week's around the league with the Thursday night game, Eagles Texans. Barn burner of a game. Honestly, the Eagles look so much like the Bills did against the Packers. They just looked disinterested most of that game. We'll start with you, Tommy. I know you watched it at work. What do you think of that
hmm
Eagles performance?
Uh, I thought the first half was like what the Bills did in the second half,
Yeah, right.
right? Like I felt like maybe they just thought, they're good enough I don't know. They just came out with this whatever, we're
Flat.
going to win mentality. Yeah, flat. But I felt like maybe they were just like, we're too good. Even if we make mistakes, who cares? We're just going to do this. And it just felt like, I felt like Houston had nothing to lose mentality,
Yeah.
which is they're going to be really what they're going to do every game this season because they have nothing
Right.
to lose.
I mean, they were
Um,
without Brandon Cooks too.
yeah, and they were without their top receiver. But I mean, ultimately at the end, just like the Bills Packers game, the better team won, the more
Yeah.
talented team won, and Houston just they couldn't keep up. And the second half was a tale of two halves, and the Eagles just trounced them, man. I felt bad, but Davis Mills, he's not a terrible quarterback. I actually think Davis Mills is the best quarterback out of that draft, I think.
Oh yeah,
I think he's better
absolutely.
than Mac Jones. I think he has a better potential. It's just he's on a really bad team. And he's still in his
Think
second
you
year.
you think
So
Mills is better than Lawrence?
ooh. Okay, so I'll take that back. Right now, I will say the first season, yes. Rookie season, I thought
Yeah.
Davis Mills
Well, I
outperformed
mean, let's just
everybody.
be honest. Lawrence what
But
was
in the
was
long run, yeah. I know that, but
he
Davis
was
Mills
set up
wasn't
for failure.
but Davis Mills wasn't on the greatest team either, and the Texans are bad, right? I mean, they're a bad team too. So, but I think going in this year, I mean, obviously
Mhm.
they're building around Lawrence a little better. He has way better weapons, ATN, right? He has good receivers, but I still think Davis Mills, man, build around the kid. You never know.
Yeah,
I think they're closer than you think, man. I'm not. Listen, I'm not overly impressed by
yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
But
I
I mean,
thought
if
he
you
was going
look
to be
at it,
better, but it's
if you
second
look at
year.
it,
We'll see.
also the cost of asset, right? So what's
Mhm.
the cost? Trevor Lawrence at number one overall versus Davis Mills, who was what, a third round pick?
Oh, yeah, I got to look back, but it was definitely
I think
middle round
he's
somewhere.
either a second or third round pick.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, from a cost standpoint, I'll take a
Right.
Davis Mills over a Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, and if it
And
doesn't
then,
work, it's not that big of a deal. He wasn't a
yeah,
first. It wasn't like
right,
you traded up to get him. Like didn't work out. But Houston has a lot of issues going on. Clearly,
yeah.
their number one receiver holding out now, and
They're in
he's
the
losing
rebuild.
big money too. I don't know what
Yeah,
he's doing because the trade
yeah.
deadline's over. You're going to keep continuing to lose money week after
No,
week. That'd be a really bad mistake,
I
unless he
know.
has enough where he's like, screw it, you know, trade me
Thomas,
in the
what's going on,
offseason.
brother?
What up, Toms?
So Howie, well, we'll flip over to you. I know you didn't watch the game. You watch it through the old school ESPN game tracker. When
Yeah.
you look at the Eagles versus Texans, you see the score, what it was. I mean, it was tied 14-14 and a half. What are you thinking? Are you thinking, man, because there wasn't any real big blowouts. You would think with this type, you could stack up on your Eagles and they would take you to the ship, but there wasn't a whole lot there.
Yeah, I think this is. It wasn't so much like a trap game, but I think the Eagles went into it nonchalant. Uh, that first half, you know what's neat? I got to watch the game after the game on NFL Channel. Came out at 9 o'clock, so I watched it, and the Eagles looked good. They just looked like they hadn't woken up from, you know, until the second half. Then they got rolling.
All right. So we have a question already coming in, and it's from Bradley, who is a Laker fan. So I apologize for you, buddy. Um,
Hey, I'm a Pistons fan, so
should I trade
worst.
DeAndre Hopkins for Cook, Judy, Pitts, and more? He also has Justin Jefferson and Kyle Murray. What do you have from a running back standpoint?
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to know in order to know if that trade will be worth it. Depending on what you have from a back standpoint, knowing you have Justin Jefferson, it might be worth it. I mean, that's a big haul coming back. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is a stud. He is usually top 5 fantasy wide receiver, and he's come back just on point.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's knowing you have Justin Jefferson already. Oh, he has Jamal Williams and Kenneth Walker. You can put Cook and Walker together. I might make that deal. Howie, we'll start with you. You making that deal?
Oh, now Bradley's got Kenneth.
Yeah. So Bradley has Kenneth Walker and Jamal Williams as his backs.
Mm-hmm.
Would you trade Hopkins for Cook, Judy, Pitts, and more?
Yeah, I think I would.
The Cook and Pitts might be worth it. Getting Judy and more also puts it over the top for me.
Yeah. Well, Rondo
gives you more depth.
Yeah.
Play matchups.
Well, that's what I do. I have tons of guys. Just DeAndre for all those guys.
Yeah.
I just wish I knew. He's got. Yeah.
Tommy, your thoughts?
I am 100% doing that trade all day without question because you're getting quality guys back. One,
yeah.
Two, if you have Kyle Murray as your quarterback, it almost pans out because he's the one throwing to DeAndre Hopkins. So if Hopkins is, yeah, no, I'm saying if he gets rid of it, but he still has Kyle Murray as quarterback, I believe you said. So I'm just saying, like, it kind of plays out. Even if Hopkins has a great day, he's getting the balls thrown to him by Kyle Murray. Yeah. So, and you're getting a stud running back, and you have Justin Jefferson on your team as a receiver. Yeah, man. Like, honestly, and you're getting Pitts. Yeah, and you're getting Pitts, who's also basically a receiver and a tight end body. Yeah,
and
I am doing that.
I just think he's going to have a better rest of the year than he did in the first half of the year.
Sure. Yeah.
So I would do that deal in a hot minute.
Yeah.
All right, we have another one that's coming in here. Should I move Leonard Fournette? I've got Dalvin Cook and Miles Sanders as my other running backs. What are you going to move him for? Right. Although I think it's he would be the one that I'd move out of the two. Depends what you're going to get in return for him. If you need a receiver, I would move him for an elite receiver. If you need a tight end, there's very few tight ends I would move him for. Kelsey's obviously one. Mark Andrews is another. Outside of that, it's a weekly hit or miss with the rest of these guys.
Ertz, maybe.
Ertz fits right in line with the Kittles and the
that's true.
And those type of
it just depends how desperate you are, though. I don't know what tight end. I don't know what he has. Yeah, I don't know what receivers he has.
He has Pitts and Tonyan, so he doesn't need a tight end.
No.
So he's
you got to evaluate your team.
He's thinking about asking for. Oh, that's another one. So if you're looking for a wide receiver one, make sure you get value for Fournette. Getting off of him isn't a bad idea.
Right.
However, make sure you get your value for him.
I traded him for Cook in my league.
Howie did a running back swap. Delvin Cook for Fournette. So
I think that's a good deal. Yeah.
yeah. So
I
at the
got a
end of
good
the
deal.
day, getting off of him is not a bad idea. You have other backs. I think you're keeping the better of the two backs and Sanders and Cook. So
Yep.
moving him for a wide receiver or what you need is not a bad move.
Yep. Yep.
Another one's coming in. Um, Amron, T. Higgins. Oh, this is his wide receiver core.
No.
Keenan
Okay.
Allen, Hollywood Brown. Man, you got a
Keenan
good
Allen.
team.
You're hurt.
Ugh. Yeah, but
Allen's
Keenan
out. Brown's
Allen.
No,
out.
but Amron,
Higgins and
T.
Raw are
Higgins.
good.
Yeah, getting another receiver might be worth dealing him off. Otherwise, if you don't get an elite receiver that you're looking for, hold on to him. Having three backs isn't a bad thing.
No,
Yeah,
it's a long season.
that's
Yep.
true. Injuries happen. You never know.
So we got another one that's come in. It says from Zero Destroyer.
Matchups.
What's up, guys? Should I go with Deion Jackson or DJ Moore? The Bengals CB1 towards ACL. You go DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Deion Jackson is probably going to start this week. However, they just brought they also have Philip Lindsay and they just brought in Zach Moss. So although I think he'll be one, I don't trust that O line at all. DJ Moore has this relationship with PJ Walker that seems to be getting him back to his wide receiver 2 days, who's that 1,200-yard receiver every year. So I would go DJ Moore all day long. Tommy, we'll start with you, then we'll go to Howie.
Yeah, DJ Moore. Listen, he's also starting to get in a real good connection with Walker. You can kind of see that building. And listen, Walker's the guy now there. I mean, at least for this season. I don't know about the foreseeable future, but this season right now, those two are that's it. Like that's his guy. So Walker's going to Moore 90% of the time. They are building chemistry, and yeah, man, I would go Moore all day on that.
Howie?
I assume he's looking for a flex spot here because you got a running back and DJ. Yeah, I'd go DJ. He's the hot hand right now. Heck, if I didn't have a better running back, I'd start them both.
Right? Yeah, no, not a bad idea. So, but yeah, if I had to choose one or two, I'm going DJ Moore all day. Derek comes in and says full PPR, Allen, Andrews, Swift, Boyd for Lamar, CMC, Ertz. I'm targeting CMC for obvious reason and Lamar because the Ravens schedule is great during playoffs. Allen could be shut down if the Bills keep running. I'm not getting off the Josh Allen train at all. Although I love CMC, I think if you have the Allen, Andrews, Swift, and Boyd combo, you're losing out making this trade. But that's just me. Howie, you're the non-Bills fan, so I'll start with you.
The Ravens have a really good schedule coming up. I know you guys love Allen.
Allen's been the back-to-back top fantasy player for the last 2 years.
Oh no, I completely agree with that. I looking into my crystal ball though, I worry for the kid because I still think anyway. I would keep. I wouldn't get off that. I wouldn't make that trade. I wouldn't make that. I might myself personally if I was crazy, but no. Allen is just too much value there right now. Andrews is hurt a little bit. Swift is on and off.
But Andrews will be back, and he is.
Oh, I know. And he's dominant.
Yeah.
He's dominant.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the trade one by one.
Yeah.
Because the second half of the trade, they're all pretty healthy. But you got Andrews who's hurting a little bit, Swift who's hurting a little bit, Boyd who's behind Chase. I mean, the only real key to that trade is Allen. So if you're solid with Allen, you keep that trade. If you think Lamar can give you value, because you've got Allen up here. If you can get Lamar here, it's not a terrible trade. Not a terrible trade. Not with the schedule they get coming up. But I wouldn't make the trade. It's just not a terrible trade.
Tommy?
No. I am I am keeping Allen. One, I mean, I understand that Bills keep dominating, but they're not going to shut him down. If they shut him down, it wouldn't be to like week 18. I'll be honest with you. And
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 if we
and
have the number one
and
seed,
it all
we should not
depends
shut them
too.
down.
Yeah, and it really depends on record at that time. If they're trying to go for the AFC, God forbid if we lose again and we have to win that last game, he may not be shut down at all. So I wouldn't really be worried about that. And Josh, listen, the difference between Josh Allen and Lamar's going to definitely going to get you those points on running, but he has his games where
passing.
he has bad games. Like Lamar Jackson isn't always on point. Like Josh Allen, he's going to give you both on a pretty much on a
his floor is
consistent,
like 20 plus every week.
and consistent. Yeah, listen, on a consistent basis, like you can never go wrong with Josh Allen week after week after week as your starting quarterback. Lamar Jackson, I'm not saying that to him, but he does have his games where he struggles in the passing. That hurts. But then you also got Swift, right?
Well,
Who when healthy is a dog. You got Andrews when he comes back, he's a dog, and that's his go-to guy. Like I would not be doing that. I would keep that lineup that you got there.
He says he might. He's also thinking about asking for DJ Moore too in that thing. My issue is, and seriously, my total issue with this is Andrew is one of the 2 elite tight ends in football. Swift is one of those young top 10 running backs when he's healthy. Boyd is a fantastic slot guy. You're not winning there. You could upgrade there with DJ Moore. However, just say Allen and Lamar. Allen's a little bit ahead of Lamar. Then you go to the running back. CMC versus Swift, they're both injured all the time. They both have high floors, low ceilings. I would say CMC probably outranks Swift a little bit. So now you're even. So then let's go tight ends. Ertz versus Andrews. I would put Andrews way above Ertz. And then if you go Boyd versus Moore, I'd put Moore above him. So ultimately it comes down to what do you feel most comfortable with? Where do you feel most comfortable? Do you think
a quarterback question? I think the quarterback question, you stay with Allen. The rest of the trade, I'd take the trade. Because I like Ertz. I mean, he's solid every single week. I mean, and Andrews is great. But if he's not there, it's the whole availability thing. I like CMC better than I like Swift. And if he could get more into that deal, then I'd really take it.
Okay. Yeah. So what you're comfortable with from a quarterback standpoint.
Just a heads up too, just to throw that out there. So 7 games in as far as quarterbacks go, points wise on a standard, I'm pretty sure 196 for Allen out of 7 games. Lamar is third at 184 and 8 games. So Allen is getting those points on average, and he's beating Lamar by I would not do that trade.
And this goes back to Yaz's question earlier where he gave us who his receivers were. Yes, because Allen and Hollywood are both injured, I'd be looking to add another receiver. If you're going to deal Fournette, I would be looking for another receiver. Keenan's fantastic when he's healthy. He's just never healthy. And we don't know what Hollywood is in that offense, especially now that DeAndre's back.
If you can get value, I'd put Keenan up on the block right now.
Oh my God! Don't talk to me about Keenan Allen.
I got him. I got Keenan.
I do too. He's on my damn bench. He's on my bench. Here's the deal with Keenan Allen. Yeah, he's on my bench. He's even when he's healthy though. Yeah. I am super scared to put him in because he's so inconsistent even when healthy. Like I don't get it. But the one year I didn't, which I believe was last year, he had a really good year. So it's like that's why I drafted him again, and I made a mistake again. So right now, I have him on the bench over Boyd. I can't trust him. I can't.
Yeah. So
he's not playing this week anyway.
Yeah, he's not playing.
I mean, even if he was, I want to play him. Yeah. I just don't trust him. I can't. Killing me.
So let's move on to the next question. He comes in and says, "Sorry, last question. Should I start Pitts or Tonyan?" Pitts is actually ranked number 4 in PPR this week from a tight end standpoint. Tonyan's ranked number 8. I don't trust, although Tonyan has a great matchup at Detroit, I would go with Pitts against the Chargers. Obviously, it's one of those things of I trust that there's London and Pitts there as the two main pass catchers. Aaron Rodgers, they don't seem to be throwing the ball. I mean, although now they've got a new identity and it's just run, 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 run. So I would go with Pitts. Howie, we'll start with
Yeah,
you.
I agree with
You know, at the draft, Pitts was like one of the big guys and stuff, but I haven't been following his stats, but I haven't heard nothing out of him. You know, I mean,
He's been sitting in that tight end 2 tier all year.
yeah, it's weird that Atlanta's in first place at 4-4. You know, the worst team in your division is 4-4, and the worst team in the NFC East is 4-4, and they're in
How
first
the
place.
season's going? How the
Crazy.
season's going, Howie?
Crazy.
But Tanyan has done 0 this year.
Yeah. Well, I haven't touched either one of them. I had Tanyan earlier in the CBS league,
Mm-hmm.
but the pack just can't get it together this year.
Yeah.
And Pitts, all the stats say go to Pitts, but like I said, I haven't seen him do anything either. For me, this would be a coin toss.
Okay. Tommy,
Pitts all day, Pitts all day, Pitts all day, Pitts all
Yeah,
day.
me too.
He's just
All
a
right,
better tight end.
Let's move into another question that came in from Kyle. Would you trade away Josh Allen, Jamal Williams for Geno Smith, Travis Etienne, and Elijah Mitchell? Not a chance in hell.
Nope.
I wouldn't trade away Josh Allen for those.
And you have CMC, and he has CMC. Nah,
CMC?
you're good,
No.
bro.
No,
So
not a chance in hell would I make that deal.
Is this a West Coaster here? What the hell you still got Elijah Mitchell on your team for?
No, he doesn't. He said, would you trade away Josh Allen for Elijah Mitchell?
Oh, no.
And Geno, no.
Yeah,
For as
no.
good as Geno's playing, I still want to make that trade.
No.
Geno's
Still won't
great for Seattle this year, but come on. Yeah.
Thanks, Destroyer, for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you. Okay, we've got another one. Cat for life. Gentlemen, Leonard Fournette or Kenyon Drake, PPR? Ooh. I'm going Fournette. Drake is in a timeshare when Gus Edwards is ready to go. He's also has another back there that he shares time with. So Fournette is the lead dog in Tampa Bay. So I'm going Fournette. He also has better chances for touchdowns. I'm going Fournette over Drake. Tommy, we'll start with you.
No, I like Fournette over Drake all day. I feel like he gets more of the red zone as well, a little bit more touchdown opportunities than Drake as well, and I just like Fournette over Drake, so I'll go Fournette.
Howie?
I like Fournette because he gets a lot of those dump off passes. So for PPR, that's a big deal.
That's true too. I didn't even think about that. Yep.
All right, so let's move on down to the next one. It's the same guy. Says, yeah, I'm focused on playoff matchups. The only reason why I'm considered trading Allen. Okay, I mean, hey, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I can understand that, but I don't think the Bills are going to sit Josh Allen at all. I have a feeling we're going to be playing out trying to get that 1 seed. And Sean McDermott also doesn't like to sit people down, even if we got the 1 seed locked up, knowing that we're going to have the week bye. He's going to play guys.
No, he sat him. He sat those guys in week 2. That's what bit you in the ass.
Yeah.
Talking about blowouts? Yeah, that can
Well,
happen.
that could happen.
I mean, let's be honest. Josh Allen already had more points than most people did that week.
Right. So if you're in a blowout, right, and if you're in a blowout and they said Josh Allen, it's probably because the offense was lighting it up.
Sure.
And Josh already has 30, 40 points.
If you can find another way to trade for CMC, I say you do it. Look through your team and see if you can find another way to trade for CMC.
Yeah,
CMC in that
Put together a
offense is gonna be
package
good.
if you have to.
Yeah.
But they may want a lot. They may not be willing to only they may only want like Allen probably would have to be part of that deal.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either. I'm just saying.
Also, I wouldn't do it from the fact of CMC is injured so often. And
you're right.
He's like Keenan
100%.
Allen. Great when he's there, but he's not there enough.
Yeah, it's a really big gamble that you would take for a player like they said that cannot stay healthy. That's shaky. I want to do it.
We're glad you found us too, Derek.
Yeah, we're glad you found us too. We love it when you guys come in and ask questions like this.
Tell all your friends, man.
Yeah, come on, or don't, and keep us as a secret.
I live for this shit. I'll give you advice all day long, every day of the week, for free.
Right. By the way,
Bring it.
Gentlemen, we killed it last week. If anybody was listening to us and listened to what we had to say, we pumped up Moore, we pumped up Pollard, we pumped up all these guys,
Yeah.
Donta Foreman, and they all went off.
We whiffed on Burrow.
Orman, baby.
Yeah, we whiffed on
all
Burrow.
3 of us whiffed on Burrow.
This guy got him, bro. Hey, that was a great addition. Y'all were sleeping on him while I picked him up.
Who?
Foreman.
We'll see. We'll see if he has another game like that.
We'll see.
This guy.
A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, brother. Let's see if he keeps doing it. Then you can start patting yourself on the back.
Who brought him to the public attention? Oh, that's right, me.
Yeah. There's a guy down below.
Man.
Who also brought us
Benjamin.
And
You know what's funny though? Real quick, I picked him up. I picked him up Sunday, right before the games. Right before. I'm like, oh, look at this guy.
Here's the thing, Tommy. You have to go dumpster diving, getting those.
I got to. Hey, I do it every season, and that's how a lot of good teams
I know how
win
to draft.
fantasy football.
I don't have to do that.
Hey, I know, but things happen. Things happen in drafts that are out of your control. Injuries, right? Player like Keenan Allen. I'm just saying, like, what the hell?
You can kind of see Keenan Allen. That happens to him every year.
No,
he's
last year
he's never on my board anyways.
Last year he had a good year. He wasn't.
He did, but he also missed time last year.
He still had a really good season compared to this season. Yikes!
Yeah, the guy just can't seem to shake the injury bug this year.
No,
you can draft great, but the waiver wire is where it's at. You got it.
That's right. I love Howie. Howie's my guy. Get this guy, Mikey, out of our room.
Also one of those guys who's a waiver wire king.
All right. Hey, so me and Howie on the same page.
But
baby.
Howie had to learn to play the waiver wire because he couldn't draft for a long time.
Ooh.
Well, that's because I throw away draft picks like they're candy.
Yes, you do.
And I want to point something out. You may be 6-1 in our league. That one loss came to me. We play this week. We could both be 6-2 this week.
Ooh.
And both be 6-2, and I'll still have the lead on you.
And I know that our tiebreaker goes through points. But I think 2 wins. I'm still predicting.
You know what, brother? You can have the 2 wins because it doesn't matter until the playoffs.
My bold prediction is I'm going 14-2. You're going 13-3.
Damn.
I'm going 3 times to you. I'll eat the hot pepper challenge if that happens.
If that happens,
if I lose
you'll
3
never
times,
hear the end of it.
If I lose the 3 times, I'll eat the hot pepper challenge, and I hate peppers.
No, I got mine ready for today.
It ain't happening, brother. All right, so let's keep moving on. Bye week this week as we're still in the around the league segment. Browns, Cowboys, Broncos, Giants, Steelers, and Niners all on byes this week. So a lot
of bye weeks. Yeah,
okay,
a lot
we got
of games.
another one that comes in from Cletus. Thoughts on James Robinson? James Robinson's still learning the system. If you've listened to anything this week, Robert Sala's talked about it. He's not up to speed yet on the offense. So you're probably going to see more Michael Carter this week than you will see James Robinson. Yep. I do think you're going to see James Robinson on first and second down moving forward with Michael Carter, the third down back. However, this week I wouldn't expect a ton of James Robinson.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, listen, it's a whole new playbook, whole new system. Just like Hines over at Buffalo, man, it's gonna take some time to learn the playbook, man, to get familiar with your core. Not only learn your playbook, but you got to get on the same page as your quarterback and as your offensive lineman, right? Like all that stuff has to come, especially for running back. They got a lot of work to do. They got to block. You got to schemes or so. Yeah, man, I would not expect James Robinson to get. It's going to take up more. You have to
trust that linebacker knows the protection scheme. That's the biggest piece of it.
Yeah.
So, Howie, your thoughts on Robinson?
Oh, I'd hold off this week. I don't think the Jets are going to get more than 10 points at all. I think they're going to hold the Bills down. I think it's going to be a 23-10 game. I think the running backs for the Bills are going to.
You think we only scored one more point than the Patriots?
I think that the Jets secondary is going to hold down your receivers, but I think There we go. I'm back. Oh, that's why. Okay, fine.
Tommy was laughing at you.
I was going to make a point. I think for once the running backs in Buffalo are going to have a good weekend. But I'm telling you, I was gonna put Diggs into my pepper challenge,
Mhm.
because of Sauce, but uh, they're gonna move Diggs around. So and Sauce plays one side of the field most of the time.
Oh, but I thought that whole secondary was going to shut us down.
The secondary will shut down the receivers.
So
I
then,
think you
you can
watch it.
absolutely
I'm
put him
telling
in
you.
the sauce.
I'm telling you, the dink,
Yikes.
the dinks and dunks for your running backs are going to be really good this week.
Wow, you think highly of that Jets defense, don't you?
Just the secondary right now.
Okay.
I think they're fired up, and they're gonna give them a game. They're not gonna beat them,
I think they're
but
in for a rude awakening, Howie.
well, let's see.
Like, listen, I won't even get to watch this game. I'm gonna be on a plane, so
Oh, where are you going?
I better get off the plane. I'm headed to St. Louis for work. I fly out tomorrow morning, so I won't even get to watch the game. When I get text from Tommy and I get off the plane, it better be Howie was wrong and the Bills stomped the mud hole.
God, it's gonna be a miserable weekend for you
Uh,
if Howie was right and beat you.
Oh God.
God,
Thank God.
what a nightmare, huh?
I'll be glad I'll be in another state
Oh, you'll be
for
lucky you're
work.
in another state because I'll wheel my ass down to Citrus Heights and park outside your front door.
All right. So, do we think Gabe Davis is going to get a touchdown this weekend? Howie doesn't think so. Howie thinks he's getting shut down.
yeah,
Tommy.
that's not happening. Now, yes, he is going to. Listen, I think Sauce Gardner's the truth. I think Sauce Gardner is going to be one of the best corners in this league for years to come. But he's still learning, and he's going against Stephon Diggs, who is the dog, and Gabriel Davis is a dog, and Gabriel Davis is 100% now. Pick your poison against this team. I mean, there is a ton of weapons on the offense and receiver. So if Diggs is tearing up Sauce or doing good, they're going to double him, leaving Gabe Davis wide open. I think Gabe Davis is going to have a really good game. I do. I think the attention's going to be all towards Diggs, which is going to happen. And you're going to also see Dawson Knox probably get a touchdown as well. So I do see Gabe Davis getting a touchdown in this game. 100%. He's our deep threat guy now. He's our deep threat guy. And he's one of our big playmakers, especially in the deep ball. So why not? Why couldn't he? Listen, the Jets defense is scrappy, no doubt about it. But they have yet to go against an offense like the Buffalo Bills. And I believe we're ranked first, right? Am I wrong there? Or
No, you're
okay,
right.
so going
In
against
yards.
the first right.
Well, I got you guys fired up,
Yeah.
don't I?
So no, I don't need. Listen, I don't need to be fired up. I speak truth. The truth is, we are a better team than the New York Jets. The New York Jets got exposed last week. Their quarterback got exposed last week. They are not as good as their record says. But I'll give them credit for being a scrappy
So let me ask you this question, and this is for Howie. Do you think Sauce Gardner is better than Jalen Ramsey and Jair Alexander?
We'll have to see. I mean, this is his
now or moving forward.
No, right now.
No.
Because Stephon has gone up against both of them and torched them both.
No. The answer is no.
Let's see what happens.
Not now.
It's a wait and see thing, and I mean, there's very few guys who can be one guy on a team to make a huge difference. Allen's one of them. I'll give him that. I don't think there's been a defensive back that made a huge difference since Dion.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I
mean, he could do anything.
Darrell Revis was a dog.
Revis was good, but I mean, I'm a huge Dion fan. I mean, if you ask me who my favorite football player was, it'll be Deion Sanders.
Dion was able to shut down half the field. Dion was able to shut down half the field from a corner perspective.
You could bring him in and play him at quarterback if you wanted to.
Richard Sherman at a period of time was really good.
The problem with Sherman is he only played one side. He never traveled.
Right. No, I'm just saying, like traveled. He was a very good corner, but I would say Revis is up there.
It's one of my issues when you look at Sherman, when you look at Gilmore, when you look at some of these guys never travel. To be a true shutdown corner, you have to travel. Dion, Darrell. Those guys traveled with guys. It didn't matter where they were at.
Yeah.
Slot, outside, inside, it didn't matter. They traveled and they shut them down.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's keep moving on. And Singletary the goat. Love
Damn real.
Singletary.
Damn
Love
real.
Singletary.
Tomorrow, you watch him.
Yep. A blue player comes in and says, "I'm trying to trade Kamara. Would Kamara and Tyson Hill be fair for Kelsey and JT?" I would make that deal if I had Kamara and Tyson Hill. I would not make that deal if I had Kelsey and JT. Kelsey by himself is worth Kamara and Hill.
And Kamara just had his first good game of the season. Will it continue? I hope.
I think
But it
he's
was
just trying
really
to
his
get rid
first.
of JT.
No,
And
no. I
Taysom
think
Hill is one of those guys, man. Also, could be.
he's trying
he
to
has his
trade
games
Kamara.
right.
Right.
Kamara and Taysom Hill for Kelsey, and I
think Kelsey's the target. JT is just somebody to get the hell off my roster.
yeah, even he's not having the greatest season either.
He's
So
still hurt. He
I
can't shake that ankle injury.
no, I know. Yeah,
I'll tell you,
and
Sunday Taysom's going to have another one of his days. Ingram's out.
So he also has Waller and Ingram too.
Well,
Waller's about to come back.
right.
I would wait to make that deal because although Kelsey's fantastic, Waller is in that tier 1 of tight ends when he's healthy.
yeah.
See what he is before you give up a Kamara
100%.
for a JT. Because JT
100%.
isn't going to come back and be this all-world beater. That offensive line is playing horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got a rookie quarterback in there now.
Yeah.
As well. I don't know, man.
I don't know if I would make that deal. I would wait to find out. If Waller doesn't come back, then yeah, if you're looking for that tight end, okay. Maybe throw Waller in that trade instead of Taysom Hill. Throw Kamara and Waller for Kelsey and JT. That might be something he goes for.
That's closer to a fair deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we got another one that comes in here. My other running backs are Henry, Cook, and ETN. Oh wow, okay, so you got a ton of backs.
Stacked, bro. You're stacked.
So maybe don't even ask for JT if you're looking for the Kelsey move.
Yeah, what do you need JT? What do you need JT for?
He's not. He says it in here. He's not looking for the JT, but
he's
trying to. Yeah, he's trying to time it up. If you're looking for Kelsey, offer Kamara
2 for 1 or something. Right?
Yeah, offer Kamara and Waller for Kelsey straight across.
Right. And that's fair. I think that's fair. Waller's an excellent tight end when healthy.
Or if you don't want to get rid of Kamara and you want to keep Kamara, offer Cook and Waller for Kelsey. The JT thing is going to be something that he may or may not, because he's drafted him probably really high, he may not be willing to get off of.
Yeah.
Without having a bigger package.
Most people drafted him first round. Yeah. So, I mean, just saying.
That's just my suggestion. I would go 2 for 1. And if you really want Kelsey, look at popping in Waller in there, knowing you have Henry and Cook already and ETN as a backup who's looking really good. Kamara's just you killed the draft having those 3 guys.
Yeah,
how'd you get crazy. Kamara, Henry, and Cook? What Cook? Are we talking Dalvin or James? I guess.
He's talking Dalvin.
If it's Dalvin,
I highly doubt James Cook.
Yeah, if it's Dalvin, then I would.
ATN, he might have got late or picked up. You know what I mean? Because who knew that he was going to do what he's doing, especially later on in these last few weeks. But Henry and Cook, maybe he just got lucky. He could have got Cook in the second or third. He went running back heavy. ATN, he got late.
Might have got him at the turn too.
Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to upgrade tight end. It's a 2-flex league. So
what did Kamara do now?
4 running backs. Kamara's still in the.
Right. Yes.
Criminally, he's only been charged with the it's the
casino thing or something, right? The fight or something
right now. So I don't see him getting suspended this year if it happens.
No, it's not. It's too late in the season. They're not going to do it now.
Yeah, and it's Dalvin Cook. Okay, so all right, so that's what we would do. There's another one that came in here. It says pick 2 from Jason. Montgomery, CEH, Metcalf, and Duvernay, half-point PPR. I have to pick 2. I'm picking Metcalf and probably Montgomery.
Who's CEH? Am I missing?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, okay, for the Chiefs. Okay.
Yep. I'm probably going Metcalf and Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm on the same page.
Because Kansas City has Pacheco, who's been getting more and more run, so he's in a bigger timeshare than Montgomery is. Although Montgomery doesn't catch a bunch.
Montgomery's got Herbert though, and Herbert's been getting a lot of play.
Montgomery's still averaging 100 yards a game though.
Okay, well, yeah. Metcalf and Montgomery are good.
Yeah, I would go Metcalf and Montgomery.
Although this weekend I like Kansas City's matchup.
Yeah, but my concern is he's that timeshare with Pacheco.
And they're really liking Pacheco.
Yeah. They are. And there seems to be giving him more and more run as the season goes.
Yep.
Love Duvernay, especially with the possibility of with Andrews possibly being out. He's been the kind of the go-to guy.
He's all they got right now.
Yeah. Him and Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably would go Montgomery and Metcalf. But however, if I was not going to go with Montgomery, I'd go Metcalf and Duvernay. I'm not big on CEH this week. Okay. Oh, there's more in here. Let's see what else we got. Okay, here's another one that comes in. I have Debo. I don't know who that is. Jay Jettas?
I don't know.
Chase, Armon is my top 4. I'm guessing maybe Justin Jefferson?
Maybe.
Chase and Armon.
Jay Jettas, Justin Jefferson, maybe? Yeah, maybe you're right about that.
Should I trade Lockett? If those are your 4 receivers, and you have Lockett too as your 5th, absolutely. Go to look to upgrade somewhere.
Yes. That's a lot of depth, bro. It's a lot of depth. You're good.
It's Justin Jefferson, by the way.
Well, yeah, you are fine. I would go ahead and move Lockett for something you need, a position that you're,
I might
struggling with.
Right now you got Debo and Chase out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his depth is, but
yeah, you're right though. Chase won't be back for
Debo will be back
5 weeks.
Yeah, right. 3 to 4 weeks.
Amon is back. Right.
Yep. Justin's there. Debo's going to be back next week after the bye.
Exactly. I would still.
You know what you might want to do is take Lockett and maybe Chase and try to package him for an elite back.
I want to do that. Chase,
because
if you're a playoff team and Chase is going to be back by then, you're going to want those digits, man. And Chase is going to go back. I'm just saying, I personally want to do it.
Jefferson,
I don't know your running backs though. I don't know his running backs though.
How many receivers can you play? I guess that comes down to it.
No, exactly.
Because you want to play 3 of those 4. Man. So if you have, because Amon is a stud receiver.
Yeah,
he is.
And he's not nearly as hurt as they said. They pulled him out because.
And maybe you keep Chase and you look to get off one of those others. I would package one of those guys or 2 of those guys with Lockett. One of those guys with Lockett, and maybe go try to get you an elite running back. Having 4 receivers, if you can't play 4, don't do you any good come playoff time.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Okay. Do you think I could get Kelsey for Lockett and Pollard? No, I don't think so. You can offer it, see if he says yes, but if I had Kelsey, that would not get it.
Nope.
This time of the year too, I don't know how a lot of leagues are going, but I know in our money league, we've got 3 or 4 guys that got maybe 2 or 3 wins. And right now would be a nice time to just look through your league and graze on those guys that are getting killed. Because they may be ready for a fire sale. And we got at least one guy in our league that is selling everybody.
Yeah.
And
he has a bunch of young guys for his core, and he's trying to get off all his older keeper guys.
Which is great this time of the. I mean, for loading up for the playoffs, those are the kind of guys you want to hit on. Pick a gem or 2 off their team.
And if you're gonna get off of a Chase, maybe take Chase and Lockett. That's the type of deal you make for Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Kelsey's like one of the few guys I would trade Chase for. Because you're still going to get those receiver points from Titans.
And they're both wide receiver points.
Yeah. And then Jason comes in and says, pick 3, DJ Moore, Juju, Evans, or Palmer. Ooh.
I like Palmer this week, I tell you.
I'm going DJ Moore, I'm going Juju, and I'm going Palmer this week. Tommy?
DJ Moore, 100%. I got to look at the matchups here. Hold on. So I like DJ Moore. Let me see the matchups before I talk my
So
trash.
Tampa Bay is
Evans
going
has
against
the
the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking.
Rams.
So right, Rams and Tampa. Right, I got that. And Tampa.
Palmer's at
Tennessee.
Atlanta.
Brady did have a little bit better. He's a little better of a game last week. Who's Pittsburgh going against?
Pittsburgh.
I mean, not
for
Pittsburgh.
Kentucky,
Sorry.
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Kansas
Who's
City
Chiefs going against? Yeah,
the Titans.
my
Tennessee.
brain. Yeah,
Titans.
Tennessee is a good defense, though, man. But
Yep.
they're in KC.
Mm-hmm. And Juju's been starting to heat it up.
I know. All right. I'll go Moore, Juju, and I'm gonna go Evans. I still think Evans is Brady's go-to guy. I think Brady's starting to kind of get back into a rhythm. Hopefully for him, I still think he's having a bad season, but he looked a little bit better his last game. So I think Mike Evans is his go-to guy as of right now. Everyone else is disappointing right now for Tampa. So I'll go Evans right now in that matchup.
Okay. Who are you with?
Oh, well, I'm not going to go with Evans, but I'm loving Palmer this week. I mean, how many times can Herbert check down to Eckler this week, huh?
1,000.
You know, I mean, I hope so.
I don't.
I hope so. I got him. You know, I hope he does. But Palmer's about the only receiver they got there. Carter was a kick returner, and they use him sometimes. But I mean, I would just with the state of Tampa Bay right now. I mean, Juju. I'm still not even locked on Juju because they got so many weapons on that team.
He's been coming on the last few weeks.
Right, and I'm just saying if I got to pick the three, I'm going with DJ, Juju, and Palmer.
Okay.
You know,
I don't trust that Chargers offense at all.
Well, neither do I. But I mean, you're in a situation where that's what he's got, and that's what he's got to throw.
And they know that's his only receiver, so I imagine they're going to double him.
Yeah. Well,
so,
they got a good tight end they're going to be throwing to too. Matter of fact, I picked up Palmer and what's the tight end's name? I picked them both up in our CBS league for this week. Yeah, I picked them both up this week because they're going to be the targets.
Good luck.
You know, and if they key on them, Eckler's going to run wild.
Okay, so. And then Jack comes in and lets us know the guy that has Kelsey has no good wide receivers and already has Dallas Goedert. He might be willing to part with Kelsey since he already has Goddard.
If you can give him a good package.
If you give him a good enough package for Kelsey. Here's
like
the deal.
Lockett and Chase.
And maybe you might be able to get Goddard for the Lockett and Pollard, and that might be worth it if you don't want to get rid of Chase.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to give up Pollard for Goddard though.
Zeke's going to be back at some point.
Well, I got them both, and I figure with two running backs like that, a lot of times you get the usage they use them both, but with these two, one's hurt, one's up all the time. Yeah. That's kind of why I went with Keenan and Williams for that handcuff. I got all kinds of handcuffs. Yeah.
But if you're looking for a tight end, like knowing that that you have that setup, I might offer that Lockett and Pollard for Goddard. I mean, offer him Kelsey. See if he says no, then say, well, what about for Goddard?
Yeah.
You know, can't hurt. He already has two. You can only play one of them. So.
Yeah, and they like Goddard in Philly.
Dev comes in and says, thanks for your help. Full PPR start. Juju, Boyd, DJ, and Jacoby Myers. Start two, I'm going DJ and Boyd.
Who are the Patriots playing this week?
The Patriots have... Let's see who the Patriots have. Why can't I find them? Here they are. The Colts.
I think if I had to pick two, I'm going with DJ and Jacoby.
Okay. Tommy, who are you going with of the two?
Pick two. Juju or Boyd or DJ Moore. JJ, so I can see here. I like Boyd, man, because of what's his name's out. And it's Carolina too. Their defense. I'm gonna go Boyd because of Chase is out. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, I like. Even though Juju's been playing better, I'm still gonna go more because it just seems like that is his connection right now. With it just seems like that's his go-to guy and will remain his go-to guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go Boyd and Moore.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Moore definitely, and then there's 2 for Boyd, 1 for Jacoby Myers. So it's really, what you feel.
Yeah,
I
like this.
This is different one for us. How do you guys feel about the Dolphins over the Bears cover the 45.5? It's rainy today in Chicago, but it's supposed to be dry tomorrow, but it's supposed to be windy.
Over 45.
I'm not
Bears
much
offense
of a
is
gambler
so bad,
to know
bro.
that type of stuff. But
Yeah, neither am I.
So
But
much better recently.
Over 45.
Have you watched the last 2 weeks? They started running Justin Fields, and that offense has now started putting up points.
Yeah, but you saw But you saw how they play in the rain. The first one game in the rain was a disaster.
Yeah, but it's not going to rain tomorrow. It's just going to be windy tomorrow.
Oh, it's supposed to be dry game day.
Yeah.
I still don't like Fields, man. I don't like that offense. And over 45, it's possible because, but I got to say the Bears defense is like middle of the pack. They're not the worst.
Well,
they're
they
not
just
the best.
got rid of Roquan and they got rid of their 2 best defenders.
Right.
This week.
Right. So Dolphins could do some damage early. I don't know. I'm going to say over because I think the Dolphins will have at least 30-something points. And I think the Bears will score maybe.
I don't, and just remember,
slightly over though.
The Dolphins still don't have their 2 corners back, and one of their safeties for the year. So I'd probably go with the over.
Slightly though. I don't know. That could be under too. I don't know. I'm gonna go over just for the hell of it. I'm not a betting guy though, but I'll go over if I had to.
Yeah, Jay. The Bears have been scoring a lot the last few years, and they scored on the Cowboys. They're gonna score on the Dolphins.
We'll see.
Yeah. No, I go overall.
Although Tommy is a hater of Justin Jefferson, he does not like him at all.
Fields.
Oh yeah,
no, I like Jefferson.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah. Fields. Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, I do not like Fields. I don't know who does. I do not like him. I do not like his.
Okay, so let's dive in. Key matchups this week. We got Chargers at Falcons. So who are you looking to be a big player in this game? Howie, we'll start with you. Who's your big player in the Chargers Falcons game? Who are you looking at? Eckler?
I think Austin Eckler's gonna have a really good day.
Okay. Tommy, who's your big player for this game?
God, man. I'm gonna say Pitts. This is his guy. It's the only guy he has. Mariota.
Yeah. The Chargers
really?
did lose J.C. Jackson for the rest of the year.
Right.
And they have some banged up secondary.
So, yeah. That's true. I didn't even think about the J.C. Jackson thing. So that even goes more into why I'm going to go Pitts on this. And honestly, listen, Mariota is not playing terrible.
He's not bad at all.
No, listen, this is his best season in a while. And listen, I give credit for them. Even though the record's not the greatest, they're grinding out. They're first. And he's
not afraid to run the ball or anything.
Yeah, they do not have a stacked team. So, but Pitts is his go-to guy. Pitts is he's like a receiver in a tight end body. He's a dominant guy. So I like him. I like him all day.
All right. Dev comes in and says full PPR. Start 1 running back: Dion, Gibson, Patterson, or Carter.
Dion.
I would love to go with.
Is Patterson back though?
Yeah, he came off of IR this week.
Yeah, but he's not fully.
Okay. He's not fully back yet. So still be Tyler Algier is the guy for now. Man, I don't like any of these guys.
So, I would like Peterson if he was back healthy.
Oh, if Patterson was back, I would.
It would be a no-brainer right there.
I'm guessing Carter's probably the best receiving back of the bunch. So I might go with, man.
Gibson's dealing with Robinson now.
Yeah.
Now Dion, we're talking the Panthers
Colts.
kid, right?
The Colts.
Oh. Colts against the Redskins.
Yeah, Dion, the guy who's starting for the.
Oh, okay. You're talking Dion Jackson. He's starting instead of JT. God, that is a pretty bad setup there because Carter. I mean that defensive line for Buffalo.
Well, same with Jackson. That defensive line with the Patriots is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, Gibson's probably. Like if Patterson was there, it's a no-brainer. You go with Patterson.
Gibson might have to be the guy on that one.
Yeah.
I think
because he
they
still
got
has
they
a
got
lot
a
of
better
catches.
matchup, and Heineke's loving life right now. So I think he's going to throw a little bit to Gibson. You got Robinson in the mix.
I got Gibson too. At home,
I go with Gibson.
at home, he's still their primary back. He's still
until you see Patterson play, you can't bank on
No,
him.
you
That's
can't
the
tell if he's
problem.
going to be. You can't tell if he's going to be the old Cordero.
Well, not only that, but you can't tell how much he's going to get, featured in, because Tyler Algiers looked really good in his absence. They're not just going to put him on the bench, so we don't know what role he's going to play once he's back.
Right.
He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he can do just about anything.
Yeah, he started as a wide receiver.
I'm surprised he's still around. He's been in the league forever.
Yeah. He was a first-round wide receiver that was busted out, ended up in New England. They turned him into a running back, and he just bounced around the league, being really good for everybody as a Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid Belichick.
So I guess we're going with Gibson on that one.
Yeah, I would go Gibson.
Good luck, Dev.
Although none of those are great options.
No.
Yeah.
I gotta wonder what your record is.
So moving on to the next game, we have Cardinals at Seahawks. We have Murray, D-Hop, Ertz, Anderson, Geno, Walker, DK, Lockett. Who are you looking at to be that guy in this game? Tommy, we'll start with you.
Oh, say it again. I'm sorry, I was thrown off.
Cards at Seahawks. Who are you looking to be the elite player coming out of that matchup?
I'm going to say DeAndre. I'm going to say Hopkins.
Hopkins? Okay.
Yeah, I just think he's you can kind of tell, man, he's working that rust off, man. He is still Kyle's favorite receiver. He is still a dominating receiver. He is a tough guard. Yeah, man. I'm going to go for as well as Seattle's been playing. It's going to be a nightmare of a matchup, man. When he gets going, he gets going. And I also feel like Kyle Murray is starting to get in a groove himself too. These last 2 or 3 games, man, he's really. I'm telling you, man. So I'm going to go Hopkins on this one. For as well as Geno's playing, I would like to pick him, but I like Hopkins in this, man. I do.
So let's go right here. It says God comes in and says, should I start Gibson or Terry McLaurin? Are you talking about Antonio Gibson? Because Terry McLaurin all day long, if that's who you're talking about.
Right.
The other question, Howie, before you answer, Vikings Commanders over 43.5. Cousins revenge game. I think it's going to be over.
Whoa, dog's
the dog didn't like that one.
Dogs don't like that one. I'm going over on that one. Yeah, I don't even see it as a revenge game. Okay. Yeah, over.
You like that?
You like that? Yeah.
Where's all the Bills Mafia? Where's all the Bills Mafia? We have some in here.
Man. Come on, man.
You got 2. Remember, this is a fantasy show.
Right here, man. Right here.
Anthony.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. So now for Howie, Cards Seahawks. Who are you looking at in this game?
I like the tight ends for Seattle. I'm not gonna pick one.
All 6 of them.
I know. I think that yeah. I'm not telling you to start anybody, but I think the tight ends I think that's going to be the Geno's go-to guys this week. I think they're going to cover up. But just take a look. That's my.
Oh, if I would have known he was a Dolphins fan, I would have told him wrong information.
It's all good, man.
No, I actually like what the Dolphins have done. The guys they've gone out and got. Like, I'm a big fan of roster building. I'm a little nervous about that big contract they gave Bradley Chubb. Although he's a monster, he's injured.
When healthy,
so
yep.
They're banking on him being healthy. Good. I'm glad he realizes it was a joke. All right. So for me, for this game, I'm actually looking at Kenneth Walker III, who has been on a tear.
He's doing real well. K9.
I love D-Hop, and I hope he goes off because I got him in most of my leagues. I sat on him for multiple weeks. But yeah, Kenneth Walker III is going to be a stud. All right, another one comes in. Standard scoring, I have to start 2. Juju, Lazard, Tyler Boyd, Rondo Moore, Garrett Wilson. Ooh, I like it. take Lazard off your list because we're not even sure if he's going to play yet. I'm going Juju and Boyd. Although I love Garrett Wilson, he's going up against one of the best passing defenses in the league. I don't trust Zach Wilson at all, especially against that defensive front that's coming into town. So I would go Juju and Boyd. Howie, we'll start with you.
I think Juju's. I like Juju, but I think he's just got too many weapons there. I think Rondell Moore is going to maybe have a little bit of week because they're going to have to start keying on D-Hop. So I'm going to go Rondell and Tyler Boyd.
Tommy?
I'm gonna go Juju and Boyd on this. Lazard. I don't know if he's 100% back or will be back.
He's not.
Okay, so I'm definitely taking Juju and Boyd, and I still think I would take Juju or Boyd even if Lazard was healthy. I just like their matchups, and I think Boyd is gonna.
I don't trust Rondell Moore. Kyler just doesn't throw it to him for whatever reason. Garrett Wilson is probably one of the most talented on this list. But Zach Wilson's throwing the ball, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I agree with that.
All right, so I'm moving on. Rams Bucks. Howie, we'll start with you. Who are you looking at in the Rams Bucks game?
God. Well, I'm not looking at the Rams running game. Cooper is. I don't know how his ankle's doing. It's probably
he's
still
good.
strong.
He's going to play. All good.
Geez. I think it's going to be a terrible game between two terrible teams.
So if you had to pick somebody from those two teams, who are you looking at?
Kupp and Fournette.
Okay. Tommy?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Rams, Bucks. If you have to pick somebody from those offenses.
Rams, Bucks. Kupp is back healthy, correct?
Yep.
I'm gonna go Kupp.
Kupp. Okay.
You know who might be a sneaky pick in that one is Julio.
I like Evans. I still like Evans.
Julio?
So I think Evans is gonna have a good game.
Brady just doesn't seem to be on the same page as Julio. He underthrows him constantly.
Yeah.
I think Brady.
He's been quiet. Yeah, he's been quiet this year.
He was quiet last year too. Since he left Atlanta, he's been pretty quiet.
It could just be, his time has come.
Another question comes in. Auto-drafted Trey Lance. Oh, sadly. Yeah.
Yikes.
Picked up Tua and Dak. How do I look the rest of the season with these two quarterbacks, or should I maybe stick one of these QBs if possible big player becomes available? I think you have a fantastic quarterback duo for fantasy-wise,
100%.
and you play the matchup. Play the matchup between Tua 100%. And Dak. Absolutely play the matchup.
I agree, because a couple things here why you want to get rid of one or the other. Because both of them have injury history. Mm-hmm. And I right? So I'm just saying, throwing that out there right away. And like Mikey was saying, matchups can play in effect. And you could have a better matchup for Dak one week. It could be a better matchup for Tua. But I would really factor in the injuries as well with those two guys. So you definitely want to – you get rid of one of them and Tua gets hurt, then you're on the free agent. Boy, you're looking for – you're scrambling.
Now that we don't know what Tua's like once the cold weather comes. We've seen him in the last few years.
That too.
Been great.
100%.
So now that the weather's starting to turn, however, he only has to throw the ball about 3 yards to get it to Tyreek Hill or Waddle, and then they do most of the rest of the work. So
that's true. That's true.
I imagine McDaniels is going to scheme up things for him to make it easier on Tua's life. That's why he's a good fantasy pickup. I would keep the two and play the matchup. Howie, what would you do?
Well, I'd like to see what the rest of his lineup looks like.
We've seen it up in the chat. He's talking about it.
If he's got any weaknesses, I know it's nice to have two quarterbacks, but if you can use one of those guys to really bump up your team.
So he has DJ Moore, Juju, Evans, Palmer. I'm looking up in the chat to find more of his team.
What about running backs?
Monty, CH. I'm just looking at the guys that he's told me about. No, I can't find more. There's a lot of them in there. So,
I think if you could get a premier back, I'd trade Dak.
All right. All right, another one coming in. Pick 3. Joe Mixon, Ramondre Stevenson, Aaron Jones, or Kenneth Walker. Ooh, those are some good backs, man.
They're all good backs.
I'm going Aaron Jones and Kenneth Walker. Mixon just hasn't done anything this year.
No, I'm going to go with Stevenson.
Surprisingly, he's
Yeah.
a really good back, though.
He's a fantastic
really-
back. They just haven't
Yeah.
used him that well.
I'm surprised.
I'm going Stevenson, Jones, and Walker. That's just me.
Ditto.
Howie, you too?
Ditto.
What about you, Tommy? Who are you going with?
Man, the Jamar Chase being out might help Mixon with the pass game too, maybe because he is a good passing back. He catches out the backfield. You know what? I'm gonna go on just because of that. I'm gonna go Mixon, Stevenson, because I think they're starting to feed the ball a little bit more to Stevenson now.
Yeah, me too.
In New England. So I'm gonna go Mixon, Stevenson, and I'm gonna go Walker.
Okay. All right. Another question coming in. Is this a good trade? Lamar, Mike Evans, Andre, and Goddard for Burrow, Olave, Taylor, and Kelsey. What side? I like the Burrow, Olave, Taylor, and Kelsey more than I like the Lamar, Mike Evans, Andre, and Goddard.
Yeah,
So depending on what side you're on, I want the Burrow, Olave, Taylor, and Kelsey.
Yeah, because I'm 11 on Olave. Kelsey's
Olave's their number one.
Yeah,
Kelsey is one of the top receiving threats in football. Joe Burrow's gonna get guys back, and he's on par with Lamar.
That's a good trade.
And Taylor's kind of a throwaway.
Yeah, if you're the one getting the Burrow, Olave, Taylor, and Kelsey, then yeah, it's a really good trade.
Yep. Because 100%, and maybe Jonathan Taylor gets going at some point.
Pretty even trade. It really is a pretty even trade.
Because Lamar's up there. Lamar is up there. I mean, you can almost scratch that one out as they're putting up the same amount. Stevenson, Evans I mean, I'll tell you what, though, it's the Kelsey that makes it right there for me. That's why I would probably pull that. But it's close. It is like I don't think anyone's going to fight that if you're in a, if people are voting on that trade or whatever, they think it's a bad trade. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so the next question that comes in, it says Tua, Dak, Nuke, Justin, Cook, Chubb, Kittle, Monte. Although this is his team.
Okay.
So it is, Cook, Chubb.
Well, humble brag there.
No, you were saying about trading Dak for an elite guy. He's got plenty of guys.
You got a solid lineup, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, those are all.
I would hold on. I would hold on to the two.
Got a lot of running backs. Let's see. He's got Nuke, Justin.
You got one of the best in the league. You got one of the best in the league, and Cook.
Man.
Cook.
Chubb, I mean, is Kittle,
Monte.
Yeah.
Metcalf. I mean, I don't know what you need there, really. I mean, honestly, I would keep it. I would not move your. I would ride it out, man.
Kittle's a tight end, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's no need to
yeah,
make
I wouldn't trade him. I would play the matchup with your quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, it ain't broke, so don't fix it. That's a pretty good lineup there.
Should I drop Carr for Daniel Jones?
No.
Starting Cousins.
No.
No.
You guys realize Daniel Jones is actually outperforming Carr in fantasy. Right?
I still want it. I think when
Waller league stuff.
I know, but when Waller comes back, and which he is, it's going to help Carr's numbers out. I listen. I don't trust Daniel Jones. I still don't like. I don't think he's the future of the Giants. Anyways, I think after this year, I think Daboll's going to start looking for a quarterback that fits his system more. He's working now for them, and that's because probably the running back Barkley has came out of nowhere and is playing like the old Barkley, and their defense is playing a little feisty. But I don't think Daniel Jones is exactly who he's been. I don't think he's done anything that spectacular. Carr is a tad better. Just Carr just does not play good playoff football. So, But either way, I like Carr, especially with Waller coming back. I think he has more weapons too than Daniel Jones on the receiving spot as well. So I'll take Carr.
I would take Carr too. He has more weapons. Daniel Jones' running is a benefit, but if you have Cousins and this is just as a backup, keep Carr
you don't need a
backup.
third. Definitely don't need a third quarterback.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Bengals abandoned the run. That's why you don't go with Mixon.
Yeah, but
Start
Chase is out.
Herbert
They're
or
going to be throwing
Cousins.
at him.
Ooh, this
Oh
is a good
man,
one, guys. Herbert's more talented, but doesn't have the weapons Cousins has.
right?
He's hurt weapons. Guys can't
Oh
stay on the
man,
field.
I'm going Cousins this week.
Cousins.
I'm going
Yep.
Cousins this week only because Herbert just does not have the weapons.
Yep. I agree with
Mhm.
Mikey.
I have
Howie,
Herbert. I have Herbert, but if had I just dropped Cousins, but I think if I had it to do, I would probably. There's just a couple point difference. I'd probably start Cousins. If you really got to make a decision there, start Cousins because Herbert does just is losing his players right now.
okay.
Now,
Here's
you know,
yep. Here's another one that comes in. Would you start Isaiah Likely, or Ingram this weekend with Mark Andrews looking like he's out? I'm going Isaiah Likely all day long.
yeah, yeah,
Ingram has been lost in Jacksonville, and really has been lost since his rookie year. Everyone.
yeah. They thought he was great with the Giants, and then he just kind of.
All right. So with that, would you start Likely or Ingram, Tommy?
God, I don't know either one. I'll go Ingram, but I don't know. I'll just go
Yeah,
Ingram.
might be the week he jumps up.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of those guys. So he's like,
Ooh, you got Olive for Gibson straight up. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
The super
mhm.
chat comes in from Jason.
Oh
You guys are off
man,
sick
thank you.
soon. Appreciate it. We're here every Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern.
Appreciate it, man.
Come
Right
visit us.
on.
All right, with that, guys, as we're running, you know, low on shot clock, let's move into the wrap it up. Howie, your deep league diggers last week was Donta Foreman, who actually did quite well. So who's your deep league digger this week?
Okay, I got a little bit at each position. I got Deion Jackson for Indy. I got Josh Palmer, wide receiver of the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I got Taysom Hill for a tight end if you're really looking. And if you're needing a quarterback this week, this is one's for Tommy, Justin Fields.
I love the Justin
Uh,
Fields one. Yes.
I don't think
You
so.
want to know
That's
what's funny? I just picked
don't
up
be
Justin Fields in our CBS league.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
Oh
I
God.
did.
I'm good with that, bro.
You and your number one power ranking team's gonna
There
watch
you go.
Justin Fields run
That's right,
roughshod.
baby. That's right.
All right, Howie's hot pepper challenge. Last week was Eno Benjamin for 100 total yards and a touchdown. Fail. So Howie will eat his pepper now.
Yikes.
Yes.
Oh, yummy, yummy.
So with that, Howie, what is your hot pepper challenge this week?
Okay. See if I got the name right. Taylor Heineke.
Heineken.
Oh man, the Heineke man. All right.
275, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Heineke. 275, 2 TDs. It doesn't matter about the interception.
Okay.
So 275, 2 TDs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna dig into our non QB X factor top scorer. Last week, Howie won with Eckler. Was it Eckler?
Pollard.
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 Pollard. Yeah.
Then I came in second with Jacobs and his whole 7 whopping fantasy points, and then Gabe Davis once again let Tommy down.
Let me down.
Stop guessing Gabe Davis, Tommy. You're putting jinx on the brother. With one.
Damn it.
So this week I'm gonna rock with Eckler as the single weapon out that Herbert has. I'm going with Eckler this week. Tommy, who are you going with?
Gabe Davis.
Oh, you jerk! You just keep on, man. He's gonna keep going with him until he does something.
That's all I
Keep
went
feeding him.
Oh yeah,
Who
man.
you going with, Howie?
I'm going to go with Tyreek this week.
Going with Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Yeah.
All right. And then as we start to head out, we'll go with question. Would you trade Mike Evans and Julio Jones for Keenan Allen and Jonathan Taylor? Full PPR?
No.
Nope.
No.
First off, Keenan Allen just re-injured himself, and Jonathan Taylor has not been right. And even when he
Yeah.
gets right, that offensive line's not good. Mike Evans alone is better than both of those guys this year.
Yeah. Julio Jones is a scratch. I mean, the way he's just
Yeah.
him and Brady are not. It may not be Brady and him. It just
now,
be
if you
Julio
can-
Jones' problem. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you could wait on Keenan Allen, if you have other guys where you can wait on Keenan Allen, making the deal for Keenan Allen and Jonathan Taylor may be a long-term gamble that will pay off. But, you know, you have to have the team that can fill in until Keenan gets right.
Yeah, it depends
And Taylor gets right.
what the rest of your
Mhm.
team looks like,
Yeah.
really, because none of these guys are going to make or break your team. You know.
Oh, Lord pray. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, we
You know, if you have
apologize.
2 quarterbacks, you have 0 quarterbacks.
Oh,
Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll see Zappy time this week.
The Zappy Express.
Okay, all right, everyone. Thank you for riding with us. Thank you so much for all the chat.
Awesome today, man.
This is what we love to do. You know,
Back-to-back weeks.
I can give these guys random sit starts, but honestly, your guys' chats come in, make it way more fun.
oh, they're the
So
best.
for Howie, for Tommy, for myself, we will see you guys next week, and go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Redskins.
Boo, Redskins.